Hi John, here we have your new Care by Volvo XC60 and this is just a video to show you the key features and controls of your new car just to help you get familiar with it before you will get to collect it. So I will start in here with a quick walk around to show you the few things on the exterior of your new XC60 and then I'll show you interior with the key features and controls just to help you get familiar with the car. So on the passenger side at the front of the car, that's where the charging point for your XC60 T8 is. To open up the charging flap, all you need to do is just push on it, that then pops open and you can plug your charging cable in to charge up your battery. With your Volvo key, there are two sides on the key. On one, just a one button in it, this is the panic button. Whenever you press and hold the panic button, the alarm on the car will activate and the lights on your car will start flashing. Now the three on the other side are your lock, unlock and the tailgate button at the bottom. The tailgate button, when you press and hold it, it lets you open and close the boot without having to press on the tailgate itself. Your XC60 comes with the keyless entry, so to lock and unlock the car using the keyless entry, not the key, all you need to do is have your key with you all the time. So all you need to do is have your key in your pocket or in the bag and then put your finger onto the sensor to lock the car and then grab onto the door handle to unlock it. And that works with all four door handles. To open up the boot, you can use the hands-free system with the sensor just underneath the rear bumper. You can use your key, or you can also just press on the tailgate itself to open and close it. Inside, as you can see, we have your mats, and these will be in the car once the car gets fully cleaned for you. And then just on the right hand side in here, your two control buttons for the air suspension. And then underneath the boot floor, just your battery. And then towards the end of it, at the back of it, you will notice your locking wheellet, tire sealant, and inflation kit. The fuel flap on the XC60 is on the driver's side of the car. So all you need to do, there's a button inside next to on the driver's side that I will show you. Once you've pressed the button, that releases the fuel flap. All you then have to do is push on it, that then pops open and it lets you then fuel up the car. There's no caps underneath, so you just put the petrol nozzle in. Now at the back, with the rear seats, you do have the free 3-point seat belts, ISOFIX only on the two outer seats. And with the climate pack, also the heated outer rear seat. So the controls are just at the back in here, so the right and left heated seat. And then inside the car, we also have your charging cable. So that's your cable in here that you will use to charge up your battery. And it also comes with a bag in which you can store the cable. So the driver and the passenger seat in here are fully electric. So the controls for adjusting the seat are on the side. So just on the side in here, you will have your backrest adjustment, the position of the seat. So that will move it forward, back, up, and down, and then your lumbar support, cushion extension and side bolsters. To select which section of the seat you are adjusting, all you need to do is move that section of the button up and the four features come up on the screen. So your cushion extension, lumbar support, side bolsters, and also that then shows you the massaging function for your front seats as well. So all you do is select it from the screen, and once I show you the screen in the center, I'll show you how it looks when you use the round control button to do it. In the driver's door, you will then have your M1 and 2, and this is the memory position for the driver's seat and the door mirrors. The passenger seat memory position is in the passenger's door. So once your seat and the mirrors have been adjusted, all you need to do is press M and then select 1 or 2. Then your lock and unlock for all the doors, front and rear electric windows, the rear window lock, and the door mirror adjustment. With the mirrors, you will be able to adjust them once the engine is running. All you need to do is then select left or right and then use the joystick in the middle to move the position of the mirror. To release the fuel flap, as I mentioned, the button is just inside the car on the driver's side, and that's just the one in here that you will have to press first to release it, and then push on it, it then pops open. Tailgate release and the brightness adjustment for the driver's display. So now to start up your car, all you have to do is keep your foot on the brake and twist the start engine button towards you. We have your automatic transmission with your gear lever in here. And with that, the one thing to point out, it doesn't move up or down. It moves forward or back. So it only tilts forward or back, depending on whether you want to put the car in reverse, neutral or drive. To put it into reverse, all you have to do is keep your foot on the brake and push it twice forward, so that's once and twice. And automatically your reversing camera or the 360 camera, depending which one you're using, will automatically come up on the screen. Now to move the car into drive, keep your foot on the brake and push it twice back, so that's once and twice. And with the gear changes, you will be able to see them on the right hand side, just in the center. So the letters there will change depending on the gear that your car is in. To put the car into park position, all you have to do is just press the P button next to it. And when you're parking up the car that will put it into park, you then apply your handbrake by pulling it up. And after that, you can switch off the engine. And again, you see the changes coming up just on the right hand side of your driver's display. With the handbrake, your electronic handbrake, you can release it manually by pressing it down and then pull it back up to apply it, or it will also release automatically. So as soon as you have the car in drive, you can just accelerate and the handbrake will automatically release. Then you have the auto hold function, which to activate, all you need to do is just press on the button, and once it's activated, it comes on automatically whenever you take the car to a full stop. Then in the center in here, you also have the drive mode button. Press down on it and you will see the different modes that you have available. Hybrid is the default mode, so that's the one the engine always starts with, and it uses both the petrol engine and the electric battery. Pure is for electric only, power, petrol only, off-road with all-wheel drive. That then limits the speed to around 25 miles an hour. And then your constant all-wheel drive, which you can use at any speed. So moving on to the controls that you will have around the steering wheel. On the right hand side, you will have behind the steering wheel, you will have your wipers, and that's just the usual up and down for windscreen wiper and towards you for windscreen washers. Forward for your window washer, and the rear window wiper is just on the side with the top section for intermittent, middle to keep it off, bottom to keep it on all the time. And then your automatic windscreen wipers, just the flat button on the stock in here. On the left hand side behind the steering wheel, you will have your indicators, so the usual up and down for left and right, your fog lights, and the headlights. Your headlights are automatic, so you can keep them in auto all the time and they will automatically adjust. And to use the auto high beam, all you need to do is flick that wheel forward. The auto high beam icon will then appear next to the temperature, and when needed, the high beam comes automatically and it dips automatically as well. With the controls on the steering wheel, the right hand side will firstly control your media, so your media volume, your pause and play button, and skipping your radio stations or songs. Then we have the quick access menu, which you can navigate through using the controls that you would use for adjusting your media. Same button then to close it, and your voice activated controls, which will let you control the navigation, media, phone, as well as climate control. Now on the left hand side, with the arrows left and right, you can navigate between the three features. So between your limiter, your adaptive cruise control, and pilot assist. The middle button will then activate the selected feature for you. Plus and minus will adjust the speed. And with a short press, the speed will first adjust by 5 miles an hour. But if you press and hold it, it will let you adjust the speed by 1 mile an hour only. Then we have the lines on the side in here to adjust the distance that your car then keeps from the car in front of you. And with the pilot assist, as long as the cameras are able to read the road markings, a green steering wheel icon comes up in the driver's display, and that means the car is then assisting you with steering. So you feel the slight steering wheel movements as the road turns. Now in the center console, you have the full touch screen. So on the main screen, you will have your navigation system right at the top and the set destination on the left, with address at the top on the right. Enter the country, and then all you need to do is just enter city, street name, and the street number, or under city, also a postcode. And that can be done in both lowercase or capital letters. But one thing to remember, if you are using postcode as a destination entry, make sure that when you type in the first part, you then leave space before typing the second part of the postcode. Select confirm and then start navigation, and your route will be loaded onto the map on the screen in center. But it will also appear between the dials on the driver's display, and you will see arrows with directions showing you in your heads-up display, which will be displayed in the windscreen of your car. Now the second icon will show you your media source, so that could be radio, your Bluetooth media, USB. So whatever you have selected as a media comes up under a second icon, and then you can just scroll up for radio stations as they're all loaded into the car for you. Next, we have your Bluetooth connectivity. So to connect up your phone, firstly go into Settings, then Bluetooth on your phone, then select Add Phone. Select your phone from the list on the screen in the car, and make sure that the passcodes match on both your phone and in the car. If your phone doesn't come up, you can also select Make Car Discoverable, and then look out for My Volvo Car under Bluetooth devices on your phone. The bottom icon here will change, and that will change between the recently opened applications that you have on the application screen. So that's just by swiping towards the driver. So right at the top on the application screen, you will have your sound experience. So that's all your sound settings for the Harman Kardon sound system. Then next to it, you will also have the different media sources you have available in here, and the available applications below that. The download center and the applications at the bottom in here will work once your internet connection has been set up. And then for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, all you need to do is plug in your phone with a USB cable through the USB port just inside the armrest. And that's the one that's on the right hand side, the one with the white line around it. That's the one that has the software for it. Once your phone has been plugged in, the applications that are available to use through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto will mirror onto the bottom section of the display. So your contacts, your media, your maps, that will be available to use on the screen in the car. The car status will let you check things like your oil level, tire pressure monitor, and the service of the car. And the driver performance will let you monitor your average fuel consumption. But you do also have your trip computer, which you can control through the driver's display. Then swiping across towards the passenger takes you to the function screen. So that's where you have some of your safety features and also all the optional extras that you have. You have your heads-up display in here, which you can turn on or off, and then your heads-up display adjustment. Your 360 camera, but you can change the view to a different camera if needed as well. Then also your park assist pilot with the parking function that lets you helps you park into a parallel parking space and perpendicular park. And the directions for that will just come up at the top of the screen. So all you need to do is control the brakes and accelerator and move the car from drive to reverse, and the car will do the steering to steer itself into the parking space. The park out function will then help you park out from a parallel parking space. You also have your Bliss, which is the blind spot monitoring system. So that's on just now, and every time there's someone in your blind spot, you will notice those orange lights in the door mirrors flash. Your cross traffic alert, which will alert you if you're reversing out of the parking space in case there's someone behind you. You also have your wireless phone charger. With the phone charger, the pad for that is just under the cover here. So that's the section where you would have to put your phone down if it is compatible for the wireless charging. With that, the one thing you need to do if you want to charge your phone wirelessly, you need to make sure that the function is turned on the function screen. So if that is switched off on the function screen, when you put your phone down, it won't charge. You always have to make sure that it is activated through the function screen in order to charge up your phone. Then the two functions that you also have in here that come with your T8 Hybrid is the hold and charge function. The hold function will hold the current battery charge that you have to let you use it at a later time. So it will hold that battery charge, which you will notice on the right hand side just on the driver's display, in case you wanted to keep it for a later time. The charge function will then help you charge up the electric battery with the use of the petrol engine while you're driving. Your climate control in your XC60 is also controlled through the touch screen, so you'll find the passenger and the driver's side temperature, and you can adjust it individually, or you can synchronize it. Then through the center, you can then control your windscreen defroster, rear window, air conditioning that you can turn on and off, recirculation, airflow, and fan speed. Next, we'll have the ventilated and heated passenger seat, ventilated and heated driver's seat, and also the heated steering wheel. Now with your massaging function, when you move that round control, the button push it up, That's the 4 features that you will see, and that will work for the passenger seat as well if you do it with the passenger side controls. So you can then control your cushion extension, lumbar support, side bolsters, or you can turn on and off the massaging function on your driver or the passenger seat. For any settings, all you need to do is pull the 2 lines down from the top, and we have your settings in here, and everything is divided into sections, so it's nice and easy to navigate to find the section of and the settings that you would like to change. And you do also have the full owner's manual, which is now fully digital, so that's stored in the car and also on the Volvo Cars website. There is a handbook, which is the supplement to the manual, so that's just a shorter version of the manual. The full one is now fully digital. And the handbook and also your service handbook will be both in the glove box of the car. So there's a little shelf at the top where you will be able to find the folder with all that inside. And also your leather care wipes in the glove box as well for you. Then at the top, just your Volvo on call button and the SOS button. Your control for your sunroof, which you can push back to firstly open the sun curtain and then open the front section of the roof. Push forward to close the roof and then to close the sun curtain. And then your interior lights, which are set to auto, so these turn on and off automatically as you're opening or closing any doors or starting or stopping the engine. And in case you need to access anything under the bonnet of your XC60, the bonnet release is just on the driver's side in here. So that was just a short overview video of the key features and controls of your new XC60, just to help you get a little bit familiar with the car before you get to collect it. I now hope you will enjoy your brand new XC60. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.